17 children are among those killed in Indonesia's football stadium disaster, one of the worst the world has ever seen. Social media firms could be fined and blocked under new bill to tackle online harm in Singapore. And a new home for our feathered friends, Bird Paradise, will open in the second quarter of next year. It's Monday, October 3rd. You're watching The Big Story with me, Haryanto Diman. Subscribe to the Straits Times channel so you will not miss an episode. Funerals are taking place for victims of the horrific football stadium stampede in Indonesia. Among the 125 people killed were 17 children, with another 7 being treated. The number of those dead could go up, said authorities. Victims include 2 brothers who loved the game and were watching their favourite team, Arema, play for the first time on Saturday. The club has apologized, with its president telling fans that he's ready to take full responsibility for the incident. Officials have announced that an independent inquiry team will be set up to investigate the tragedy. Chaos broke out after the home side Arema lost to Persebaya Surabaya on Saturday night. Police fired tear gas to disperse the supporters who had invaded the pitch after the final whistle, but the rush to exit the stadium resulted in a stampede. Many of the victims were trampled or choked to death, according to police. Residents of Malang, a small town in East Java, have paid tribute to the victims of the disaster, leaving flowers outside Kanjuruhan Stadium. The Straits Times' Indonesia correspondent Wahyudi Soeriaatmadja spent the day speaking to spectators, some of whom say they are lucky to be alive.
Today, members of the families of the victims' friends descended here to hold a remembrance ceremony. We talked to Bahrul Aiman, 19-year-old high school graduate. He's one of the survivors. He shared stories about how he pulled his brother from a pile of people. And then a while later, when things settled relatively, he and many others also helped victims who were on the ground. He said those who were still breathing, they carried to some safe spot. And then those who were not breathing, they carried to a different corner. We asked him how he was feeling and then how many of family members, friends he lost. He said too many friends. And then he said his high school friends, neighbors, people he regularly hang out with were victims in the incident.
Social media giants, including Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, will need to take steps to limit Singapore users' exposure to harmful content or risk fines of up to $1 million. They may also be blocked in Singapore as part of a slate of measures under the Online Safety Bill introduced in Parliament by Communications and Information Minister Josephine Teo today. Under the bill, the Infocom Media Development Authority will have the powers to issue orders to deal with egregious content like posts advocating suicide, self-harm, child sexual exploitation, terrorism and materials that may incite racial or religious tensions or pose a risk to public health. It comes as countries around the world are pondering how to rein in the ill effects of social media use. The latest debate emerged last week in London when a coroner's court ruled that a 14-year-old girl had died from an act of self-harm. She had viewed content that glorified suicide and self-harm. The recently announced scheme to court top talent to Singapore One Pass continues to generate heated debate about how Singaporeans' job opportunities are affected by foreigners. In Parliament today, Manpower Minister Tan See Leng responded to various questions, including on whether there are mismatches and biasness in hiring employment pass holders in information and communications technology. Dr. Tan said the sector's growing digital needs has created more jobs for locals.
The information and communications sector has been a fast-growing one, and it's a sector that faces talent shortages worldwide. In Singapore and elsewhere, employers have had to tap into the global marketplace for skills and shortages. In 2021, the ICT sector accounts for 1/5, or about 20% of our EP stock. This has increased from 1/6 in 2016, thus reflecting the growing digital needs of our economy. The growth of the information and communication sector has also resulted in the creation of more jobs for our locals. In the same time frame, we saw strong growth in the number of local PMETs by 34,400. Median local wages in the sector also continue to increase. Therefore, we can see quite clearly that this is not a zero-sum game.
Singapore's new bird park, known as Bird Paradise, will be opening in the second quarter of next year. Well, there's a lot to look forward to, including 8 walk-through aviaries designed to showcase the natural behaviors of birds. Now, located at MANDAI Wildlife Reserve, the new park will feature about 3,500 birds from over 400 species, similar to what's at Jurong Bird Park right now. But at about 17 hectares, it will be smaller than Jurong. Torrential rain, muddy shoes, and plenty of wheel-to-wheel action. These familiar noises on our shores coming as music to the ears of many fans as another Singapore Grand Prix has come and gone. Red Bull's Sergio Perez finishing at the top of the podium at the end of an incident-filled race. Ferrari duo Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz completed the podium spots. Perez's second win of the season also delays his teammate Max Verstappen from being crowned as world champion. Verstappen, who could only finish in 7th, will however have another bite at the cherry in Japan on Sunday, where victory could possibly secure him the championship. Now that the F1 dust has settled and we're into the month of October, it means one thing: Halloween is here. And if you're a fan of horror like me, I've got good news for you. The spectacular Halloween Horror Nights returns in its full glory this year after a 2-year hiatus. Running across 19 event nights till November 5th, this year's Halloween extravaganza features 3 haunted houses, 2 scare zones, and a laser tag challenge. You can also dine with the dead in a horror-themed meal. Well, tickets are on sale at www.rwsentosa.com/HHN. But just a note of caution, it's not for the faint-hearted. YouTuber Dream revealing his face to the world for the first time since creating his account in 2014. Now known for his Minecraft content, Dream, whose channel has over 2.7 billion views and 30 million subscribers, has been teasing the reveal for the past few weeks. The reveal video released earlier today has already amassed over 13 million views. And those are top stories today. Visit straitstimes.com for more news and our YouTube channel for more videos. Subscribe by clicking the red button below. I'm Haryanto Diman. Join us tomorrow for more stories on The Big Story.